Right. So now that you've got the beats all synced up and everything actually plays correctly, all we're gonna do now is add some kicks. Really give this that dub step, house step, whatever the fuck you want to call it, thing. Really just make it up tempo and give it a lot more juice instead of just being lazy and halftime, which is cool. But we're gonna try and pump it up a bit. So go to my drum loops. I've got a bunch of loops of just kicks. That's all they are, is just 4 kicks in a row. So since I'm on a laptop and I'm recording this in a microphone, it probably doesn't matter which one I pick that. So just throw one in there. Pop down the audio menu so you can see it. And now if you look at the clips, you can see that they're slightly off, and you want that especially on your first kick. It's nice. It gives you a lot of funk. You know, James Brown did it, so why the hell wouldn't you? And again, it'll just make it sound more human and alive. But I will use one marker in the middle, and it still keeps these slightly off. Keeps them a little closer, but still slightly off, and it doesn't affect the first one. Make sure your thing's on loop. Stretch yourself out a whole crap ton of kicks, and you should be good to go. So
6 million years to die. Choose one.
And that sounds good. You probably don't need to change the warp mode. IQ's on. It's fine. Turn down the volume on the kick. And if you could see, it looks like we were clipping a little bit on our clap. So clipping on our clap can be fixed. What we're going to do is make where the beat comes in a whole different loop from the rest of it. So what we're going to do is take this early part, which we may get rid of anyway, and just drag it back, and then let go, and it makes it its own piece. And since we are going to try and get rid of the clash between the clap and the kick, we just need to know where the clap is in dubstep or any halftime music, and it's on the 3rd beat. So as you can hear here, it will be on the 9/3 and the 10/3. So to fix that, we need to change the 3rd beat of the kick. We could do that in a whole lot of ways. We could record some automation with a fader. We could draw some automation in, like so. I prefer not to do that because I'd have to do it all the way down this whole thing, and that's not exactly what I'm looking for. So since I have a new loop and I know I'm gonna want to cut out the 3rd kick, I'm just gonna take out this kick in my clip. So to do that, I click this envelope button down here, little E, and you can see in the text box it'll tell you what it does. So it opens up this window. Click volume. It's got 3 settings you can choose that are often modulated with envelopes, but you can really do anything with it. We'll talk about that later. Set myself to draw mode or Control B, and then cut out the kick. And again, I don't worry too much about making it perfect. And so what that'll do is it will cut out just the kick on the clap. But it'll do it as long as that loop's continuing. So that's nice. It just clears up everything in the clap. So the next thing I'd probably do with the kick is get rid of all the shit in the beginning, because that's super dumb. And we can also probably do something interesting with it if we wanted. Turn off draw mode. Let's try having some of our kicks be further apart than others. Have it start here on 7. So we've got the separated kick drums. They get a little bit closer, a little bit closer. Again, I'm holding control while I drag to copy. And I'm just copying pieces over this. And making a little stutter roll, which I'm sure you've heard before.
6 million years to die. Choose one.
And that'll be useful in a lot of ways. I'm sure you can figure out something for it. Another trick is to copy a kick or a snare or whatever to its own piece and click the reverse button. Gives you a reversed whatever.
6 million.
And that's all of the kick tips I will give you for now. I'll move on to something else.